Hi guys, this is my final reflection PowerPoint on why arts integration is important in the classrooms. So let's get started. Why arts integration is important. Some benefits of integrating the arts in the classroom would be communication, growing student communication capacities by aligning language-based literacy curriculum with the 21st century communication. And it also focuses on students using both language arts and fine arts as a learning tool across academic areas. Comprehension is another benefit of integrating the arts. Specifically, comprehension results when ideas are discerningly collected and cleverly connected to devise respected conclusions. The arts advance the act of forging original connections among ideas. So, integrating the arts just helps students get a bigger idea or a bigger understanding of what the main idea of something is. Perhaps one of the most important benefits, I think, is the holistic learning. Um, Through holistic learning, integrating results in a satisfying sense is a satisfying sense of completeness as disconnected areas are meaningfully linked. To me, this would be like kind of an aha moment, how things come in full circle. And units are created around significant life questions and major themes. So, not only what we learn in the classroom is good for what we have upcoming on a test, maybe, but also for how it impacts life outside of the classroom as well. Visual arts and engaging emotions. Visual arts in the classroom, I think, is very important because it embraces emotional learning. And when your emotions are activated, it motivates students to keep working hard and try their best. Art is a great outlet for ideas and feelings. So, if a student has a specific idea that they want to share with the class, or maybe they're just having a bad day, art is a great expressive outlet for them where they can have emotional release by both viewing art or even completing art themselves. Drama and enhancing comprehension and writing in the classroom. Drama makes things seeable and hearable. For people who are hands on learners, I think, or visual learners as well, I think drama really helps in that kind of aspect because fiction and nonfiction are brought to life when teachers structure pre and post reading drama. So when we reenact things in a book or scenes, or maybe give a short storyline of how a story was read, this would be a great way to kind of bring that to life. Vocabulary is also increased as students read, write, speak, and listen to interesting words. Just hearing someone talk and visually or and hearing them say a word that may be difficult for a student could really help them understand it. And student work begins to display clear thinking, specifically in writing. When things become seeable and hearable, it's easier to see the thought process when it's laid out in writing. Dance and movement helps with creative inquiry. Thinking through movement is triggered by a challenge. So, creative inquiry is initially like kickstarted by a challenge because it requires a student to go a step further in what they would think is maybe as surface thinking. Dance integration emphasizes exploring movement to release creative and artistic ways to show learning. Students start with baseline knowledge, but dance movement enhances creative processes. That's like I mentioned with point one. Student work is scaffolded toward increasing independence so they can learn kinesthetically. Music and the significance in life. Music has always been a huge part of human life, even like in prehistoric times with ceremonies or traditions, that kind of thing. Much of student motivation created inside the school depends on connecting learning to life outside of school. So it can help students relate to real world scenarios. And it should be brought into the classroom for this reason because it is such a big part of human interaction. Once again, it helps to relate the outside world with the classroom. Some strategies for integrating fine arts into the curriculum that I found really interesting in the textbook this course was specifically creating quilts for visual arts and math, creating quilts using traditional patterns found in folk art or by observing patterns in the environment. Students plan out their design in a 10 by 10-inch piece of paper. Variations to the project can be made by giving limitations, such as using only one triangle. I know actually my geometry teacher in high school did this with some of her classes, and it was really neat to see all of that come full circle for how you can integrate visual arts into math to really get a better grasp on what you are teaching the students. Drama and English language arts and literacy. Changing rhymes using wordplay would be an excellent way to integrate this part of fine arts into the curriculum. Changing vowel sounds or filling in the blanks with words that rhyme or different words that rhyme. Also, dance and movement in science. I really loved this strategy for reading, for a read aloud. Specifically, in this example, it gave to read the book Water Dance by Thomas Locker to the students and then point out the movement words and sentences, assign those sentences to different groups, and have each group reenact that movement that corresponds with their sentence, reread the book, and give time for students to demonstrate their movement as the book is being read again. I think this could not only be used not just for this book, but a great way to use different in different books as well to help resonate the students with what they're learning in science. How will I use arts in the classroom? For visual arts, I would encourage speaking, listening, and vocabulary development skills by maybe connecting spoken words with visual representations or having students draw out ideas and feelings. For integrating drama in the classroom, I would encourage role play. For example, having students reenact stories. I think that's a great way to help students understand the big picture and main idea of a story, and then working collaboratively to write their own stories. I think students' creativity really comes out a lot when they get to have a little bit of free range in things. Um, Dance and movement for brain breaks. I have seen this firsthand in the classroom. Sometimes kids just need to get their wiggles out, and then it helps reset their focus for the next activity coming up. And allowing opportunity for students to perform. Sometimes this really helps with students when they have like stage fright. They can get up in front of just their classmates when you create a welcoming environment for them to read their work to the class, or sometimes just give extra recognition to students by letting them be pointers in front of the class if you're doing like calendar time or reading along with a passage on the board, those kind of things. So there's definitely a lot of different ways to integrate arts into the classroom, but these are some ways that I know that I will definitely be using in my future career as a teacher.